from Parkville. Urbana. And Edgewood meet today on It's Academic. Hi everyone, I'm Dave Zahren. Nice to have you with us on It's Academic. Let's get to our opening round. We start our teams out with 100 points apiece. In this opening round, 10 points for each correct answer, 10 points off should you miss. Teams, our category is called 8th Century Headlines. For this opening round, we're going back in history, way back to the 8th century. Please identify the following persons and events of the 8th century. We begin. The first treaty was signed between China and this land, later ruled by the Dalai Lama. Urbana.
Tibet.
Tibet it is, yes. This K-initialed city became the new capital of Japan. Parkville.
Kyoto.
Kyoto.
Kyoto it is, yes. The first history of England was written by this monk called the Venerable. Parkville.
Bede.
Bede, yes. This early Anglo-Saxon epic about Grendel comes from the 8th century. Parkville.
Beowulf.
Beowulf it is, yes. In Germany, St. Boniface chopped down the sacred tree of this Norse god of thunder. Urbana.
Thor.
Thor it is, yes. This king of the Franks became Urbana.
Charlemagne.
It is Charlemagne, yes. In Mexico, people built these large geometric structures such as those in Egypt. Parkville.
Pyramids.
Pyramids it is. And the last question in this round, the Caliph Mansour founded this city, now the beleaguered capital of Iraq. Urbana.
Baghdad.
It is Baghdad. That's the end of our opening round.
It's Academic with David Zahren. It's Academic, brought to you by Giant Food. You've got a giant on your side. And by Morgan State University, gateway to opportunity, stairway to excellence.
And it's good to have you with us this week before Thanksgiving. I hope you have a nice holiday coming up. And all of our teams today are competing for a chance to go to a playoff match later this season. Let's meet our first team of competitors, three well-dressed young gentlemen from Parkville High School, Andrew and Philippe and June Key, all first-timers on the show. Great-looking ties over there. You guys look terrific. Andrew, introduce yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself, please.
Hi, I'm Andrew Golchinsky. I'm a 16-year-old junior at Parkville. In addition to It's Academic, I am in the National Honor Society and Marching Band. And I'd like to thank our alternates, Sarah, Dan, Chris, and Keenan.
What instrument do you play in the band?
I play the flute.
Flute, very good. And Philippe, tell us about yourself.
Hi, I'm Philippe Debeck. I'm a 15-year-old sophomore at Parkville. In my spare time, I like to design websites and play the piano. I'd like to thank the teachers for holding a competition against us to help us practice.
Very good. That's so important to have that mock competition before you come here. Nice to have you with us. And June Key, tell us about yourself and also about the little mascot you've got there, if you would.
Right. My name is June Key. I'm a 16-year-old junior, and I'm in the chess club. I do marching band, and I like to thank the supporters in our audience and those watching on TV. And I'd like to introduce our mascot, Mr. Render. I'd like to introduce you to Sir Render.
Sir Render. Nudge, nudge. All right. He's here to bring you luck. Is that right?
Yeah, it's very encouraging. Very encouraging to us.
All right. Let's see how well he does. All right. In this round, it's non-competitive. These questions are just for you. Look at your monitor. 20 points for each correct answer. No points off should you miss. We begin. Knee, metatarsal, thigh, tendon, cap, and membrane. Choose one word from each column, and you can name what part of your body, also known as the patella.
Kneecap.
That's it, yes. Lamb to Monrovia. You might consult this volume of an encyclopedia to learn about what Roman god of war, the equivalent of the Greek Ares.
Mars. Mars.
That is correct, yes. O, surrounded by blanks. I'll owe you 20 points if you complete this word to get the last name of what African-American general who served as Secretary of State during George W. Bush's first term.
Powell.
Colin Powell, yes. 20 Barons Court Road and Kingsley Hall. These are London addresses, but they were also residences of what leader of India's independence movement, a man later called Mahatma.
Gandhi.
Yes, indeed. And lastly, be obscure clearly. See if you can follow this advice from what American author who wrote quite clearly in such books as Charlotte's Web.
White.
E.B. White it is. Good round for Parkville. Takes you to 240 points. Well done. And we move on to our next team, Urbana, and they are sartorially similar over there. You look great in your matching sweater vests. Urbana academic team, those are really sharp looking. Thank you for wearing them too today. Tom, tell us about yourself.
My name is Tom Aird. I'm a 17-year-old senior at Urbana High School. I'm also a Eagle Scout at Troop 123. I would like to thank my family and the school's administration, including Dr. Seaton, for their support.
I'm always impressed by someone who makes it to an Eagle Scout. Congratulations.
Thank
I
you.
know what that takes. This is your first time on the show?
Yes.
Nice to have you here. Cindy, nice to have you back again.
Nice to be here.
Yeah. Tell us a little about
My
yourself.
name is Cindy Wang. I am a 17-year-old senior at Urbana High School. I'm a member of the International Baccalaureate program there, and I have been doing It's Academic for 4 years now, and I'm sad to leave.
And we're sad to lose you, too. You've been a wonderful competitor here.
Oh, and I'd like to thank my wonderful advisors in the audience right
He
now.
was listening for that, too, and we'll meet him a little bit later.
Sorry.
Thanks, Cindy. And so here, nice to have you back again. Tell
My
us
name
about
is Zahren
yourself.
Beg. I'm also a 17-year-old senior, and I'm also a member of the IB program, and this is my 3rd year in It's Academic. And I would like to thank our alternates and our fans for coming to support us.
It's been good having you here all these years, too, Zahir. All right, these questions are for you. Urbana, no penalties, 20 points for each correct answer. Look at your monitor. Eternal, Hippocratic, Dionysian, motto, formula, and oath. Combine one word from each column and you'll name what pledge recited by medical school graduates.
Hippocratic Oath.
That is correct. Reams to Samoa. You'd look in this volume of an encyclopedia for information about what order of mammals that includes mice and rats.
Marsupials.
Again, please.
Rodents.
Rodents is correct. Yes, indeed. RAP surrounded by blanks. The word rap might suggest a type of music, but fill in the blanks and you'll identify what type of book that describes the life of an individual as told by someone else.
Biography.
Yes, that's correct. Schönbrunn Palace and Conciergerie Prison. Here you see the birthplace and the final residence of what tragic French queen whose last destination in 1793 was the guillotine.
Marie Antoinette.
That is correct. She would rather light a candle than curse the darkness. This was part of a memorial tribute to a 20th century First Lady whose husband was the only president elected to 4 terms in office.
Eleanor Roosevelt.
You got that right, and that's the end of the round for Urbana. Takes you to 240. All right, excellent playing so far. Let's see if that trend continues. We go to Edgewood now and find out about Gerard and John and Amanda. Gerard, nice to have you on the program. Tell us about yourself, please.
Well, I'm Gerard Cole. I'm a 16-year-old senior at Edgewood High School. President of Toastmasters, Academy of Finance, and in the FBLA, Future Business Leaders of America.
And Toastmasters, tell us about that.
Basically, we have 4 military women and men come and teach us how to speak clearly and listen.
And speaking in public is America's #1 fear, so you've conquered that if you're doing that. I like your tie, too. You look good today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. John, nice to have you back again. Tell us
Hello.
about yourself.
My name's John Baker. I'm a junior at Edgewood High School. I'm a member of the NHS and SHS as well as various sports teams. And I'd just like to thank our advisors and our fans that came to the show today.
What's your favorite sport?
Swimming.
Swimming. Very good. All right. And Amanda, first time on the program?
Yes, it is.
Tell us about yourself.
My name is Amanda Vaith. I'm a junior at Edgewood High School. I'm a member of the SHS, NHS, and been a mock trial all-star for 2 years, as well as a marching band member.
Wonderful. What instrument do you play?
I'm color guard for marching band, but I play clarinet and tenor sax in any other band class.
Versatile young lady. All right. Nice to have you here. These questions are for you. 20 points, no penalties. Look at your monitor. 10, 14, 7 verses, syllables, lines. With one word from each column, you can get what phrase that defines a sonnet?
7 verses.
14 lines. 14 lines was the correct answer. Pastel to pumice. You'd look in this volume of an encyclopedia to learn about which one of the mythical Gemini, the brother of Castor.
I have no idea.
Castor and Pollux. Pollux is the correct answer. Next, age surrounded by blanks. Since he was important in the age of exploration, it is fitting that the letters AGE appear in the name of what Portuguese sailor whose expedition was the first to circle the earth?
Magellan.
You got that. West Hartford and Sharon. These 2 Connecticut towns were the birthplace and boyhood homes of what 18th, 19th century scholar compiled the first major American dictionary.
Webster.
You got it. And lastly, the earth of England is in my hands. As he tripped and fell to the ground, these words were uttered by what man who actually did win the earth of England at the Battle of Hastings in 1066? That would be William the Conqueror. William the Conqueror. That's the end of the round for Edgewood. Takes you to 140, Edgewood. Yes, take me out to the ballpark. Let's tell you what all of our students are taking home today. Each of our students will receive tickets to a Baltimore Orioles home game. And everyone else, don't miss Orioles Student Nights presented by AT&T. Any student with a valid school ID can purchase a left field upper reserve seat for just $6. For more information, call the Orioles at 888-848-BIRD or visit Orioles.com. And before we get to our picture-perfect round, let's now check on the score. And it's a good game thus far. Right now, Parkville has 240 points. Tied with them, Urbana with 240, and Edgewood with 140 points. All right, teams, this is a competitive round. Look at your monitor, please. Picture with each question, 10 points for each correct answer, 10 points off should you miss. First picture coming into view. This green mineral is pentlandite, a major source of what metallic element whose chemical symbol is Ni? Parkville.
Nickel.
Nickel it is, yes. This is a nighttime view of what European city, the capital of the Czech Republic? Parkville.
Prague.
Prague.
It is Prague, yes. A type of round stained glass window, such as this one at the National Cathedral, is given the name of what flower, the official flower of the United States? Parkville.
Rose.
Rose, yes, that's a rose window. Next, what is the value of this expression? Urbana.
1.
It is 1, yes. From 1993 till 1996, this woman, Tansu Siller, was prime minister of what Eurasian country where the Bosporus connects the Black Sea with the Sea of Marmara? Yes, Parkville.
Turkey.
It is Turkey, yes. The first nuclear missiles launched from submarines were American missiles with what name that also, yes, Urbana.
Polaris.
Polaris it is, yes. Here's a choice. The Great Wall of China is an incredible structure that extends approximately how many of the following miles? 4,000, 300, or 10,000? Please ring again. All right, it looks like you're ringing, but I don't see the light come on. Edgewood, Gerard?
10,000.
Actually, the correct answer is 4,000. 4,000. Let's just try your buzzer again so the light comes on. Great, it's working. All right, last picture coming up, last question in this round. The cedar tree pictured on this flag is a traditional symbol. Yes, Urbana.
Lebanon.
It is Lebanon, and that's the end of the picture-perfect round. Well done. And welcome back. Before any more questioning, a few introductions. The faculty, coaches, and administrators at our three fine schools. First to Parkville, currently in the lead with 280 points. Philippe, tell us who's joining you today.
To my right is our coach, Mr. Everett, and to my left is our principal, Mr. Edgar.
Thank you, gentlemen. Always good to have you here. Next to Urbana, in second place with 270 points. Cindy, you brought three gentlemen with you. Tell us about them.
Well, to my right is Mr. Steve Wilson. He's one of our advisors. To my above is Mr. Mark Kavanaugh. He's also the cowbell player. And to my left is Mr. Del Hayes.
Cowbell player. Real talent there, sir. Thanks for being here. And with 130 points, Edgewood. John, do the honors, please.
This is our coach, Mr. Childs. He teaches U.S. government and world history at our school.
Thank you, sir. Good to have you with us today. In our next round of questioning, should our teams get all 8 questions right, we award them 25 bonus points. We light up the lights in front of them as we're doing there in front of Cindy on the Urbana team. And Cindy, would you be good enough to pick one of these 3 packets for the gentleman at Parkville? 1, 2, or 3?
2.
2. All right. Andrew, Philippe, and June Key, these are yours. We begin. W.E.B. Du Bois was one of 29 civil rights leaders who met in 1905 to organize an anti-discrimination movement named for what famous New York waterfall?
Niagara.
Niagara.
Niagara it is, yes. The first spaghetti-making machine in the United States was imported by what third president, who invented other kitchen gadgets for his Monticello estate in Virginia?
Jefferson.
Jefferson?
That is it, yes. In Othello, Shakespeare describes jealousy as a monster with eyes of what color?
Green.
Green-eyed monster, yes. Look at your monitor, please. Contract, dilate, or show no change. If you leave a dark room and go into bright sunlight, the pupils of your eyes will do which of these?
Contract.
Contract.
Yes, indeed. A guinea pig-like creature the size of a buffalo lived 6 to 8 million years ago not far from Caracas in what South American country?
Venezuela.
Venezuela.
That's it. Captain Hook in Peter Pan lost his hand to a hungry crocodile who then kept trailing him. But what device always warned Hook of the crocodile's approach?
Alarm clock.
Alarm clock.
An alarm clock, absolutely. On your monitor, please, what is the value of this expression, giving your answer as a positive integer?
20.
10 divided by 4.
10 over 5.
Oh, never mind, 2.
Yes, please.
2.
It is 2. And 25 bonus points, gentlemen, if you get this correct. Listen carefully. Moving vans were kept busy during the administrations of what 19th century president who moved in and out of the White House twice?
Cleveland.
Cleveland.
It is Grover Cleveland for 25 bonus points. Well done, Parkville. All right. Takes you to 465. All right, lots of smiles over there at Parkville. Let's see if we can put some smiles on the faces of Tom, Cindy, and Zahir. John, 1 or 3 for the Urbana team. John, could you pick, please?
Number 1.
Number 1. Okay. These questions are for you, Urbana. We begin. Over 7% of the world's shipping trade goes through what Middle Eastern canal opened in 1869?
Suez?
That is it, yes. Had John Peter Zenger gone on trial in 1835 rather than 1735, he could have invoked the protection of what number constitutional amendment guaranteeing freedom of the press? First Amendment, yes. When not writing our national anthem, Francis Scott Key practiced what profession whose modern members must pass a bar exam?
Law?
Law, absolutely. On your monitor, please, ozone, methane, or carbon monoxide. Although, as a marsh gas, it has sometimes been blamed for some unnatural phenomena. Which of these, an organic compound, is also known as natural gas?
Methane?
It is methane, yes. Many historians think that the turning point of the American Revolution was the surrender of General Burgoyne at what 1777 New York State battle?
Saratoga?
It is Saratoga. Edgar Rice Burroughs wrote 23 books about what fictional man who lived in the jungle with apes and whose English title was Lord Greystoke?
Tarzan?
It is Tarzan, yes. On your monitor, please. If lines AB and CD are parallel, what is the value of angle X?
130 degrees?
Yes, ma'am. And 25 bonus points hinge on the answer to this question. Listen carefully. By attacking the Do-Nothing Congress, what Missouri Democrat shocked the pollsters and was re-elected our 33rd president in 1948?
Truman.
It is Harry Truman. 25 bonus points. Well done, Urbana. 455. All right. Cindy, I heard that cowbell. He's doing his job. All right, let's go to Edgewood now. Edgewood, Gerard, John, and Amanda, I have 1 packet of questions left. Packet 3. Let's see if you can repeat and get all 8 right. Let's get you those 25 bonus points. Listen carefully. There were no armed guards, just a dog named Nero as the only protection for the first American mint located in what largest Pennsylvania city?
Harrisburg?
No, Philadelphia. Next, the philosopher Emanuel Swedenborg wrote a book urging that our numerical system be based on what integer? The positive square root of 64.
8.
8 it is, yes. Before the 1850s, there were no railroad tracks at all in what state that later had a major railway hub at Chattanooga?
Tennessee?
Tennessee it is, yes. Look at your monitor, please. Edema, isostasy, or mitosis. Which of these terms refers to a swelling caused by the presence of abnormal amounts of fluid in the intercellular tissue space?
Edema?
Yeah, that is correct, yes. Next, during the Spanish-American War, some Spanish prisoners were held in old Spanish-built cells in what oldest city in Florida?
Tallahassee?
St. Augustine, St. Augustine. You can see real white animals at the zoo, but what fictional white animal did Alice pursue down a hole into Wonderland in a book by Lewis Carroll?
A rabbit.
That's it. On your monitor, please, solve that for X.
4.
It is 4, yes. Last question for you in this round. Not content to sit in a rocking chair after he left the White House, what 17th president was later elected to the U.S. Senate? What do you think? Correct answer is Andrew Johnson. Andrew Johnson. That's the end of the round for Edgewood. Takes you to 2:30. Before we move on to the grab bag, we want to alert you to another year of Giants A-plus bonus bucks. You can earn points and help local schools every time you use your bonus card. Giant has already awarded over $75 million to thousands of schools over the past 18 years and will commit at least $2 million to this year's program. Signing up is easy. Simply go to giantfood.com or stop by the customer service desk at any Giant store and be part of the magic of A-plus bonus bucks. And we're back. It's time for the grab bag. Anybody can win in this round. 20-point questions, 20 points off if the teams miss. 30 points for visual questions, 30 points off should you miss those. Good luck, teams. We begin. Though his name means man of the sun, what biblical hero was moaning in the moonlight after a hair-raising betrayal by Delilah? Parkville.
Samson.
Samson is right. No real estate agent would describe a house with what depressing adjective used by Dickens to describe a house in the title? Yes, Urbana.
Bleak.
Bleak House, yes. The University of North Alabama spends $35,000 a year on what school mascots? 2 large felines known as the King of Beasts. Yes, Edgewood.
Lion.
Lions it is, yes. On your monitor, 30-point question. Along with Black Boy, his autobiography, Richard Wright demonstrated the art of tragedy with what novel about Bigger Thomas? That would be Native Son. Next, invasive species and tourism are posing a double environmental threat to what Ecuadorian islands once studied by Charles Urbana?
Galapagos.
Yes, ma'am. What is the minimum number of lines necessary to determine a plane surface? Parkville.
2.
2 it is, yes. Waiters on roller skates can serve 5,000 diners at a time in the Royal Dragon, a restaurant located in what capital city of Thailand? Urbana.
Bangkok.
Yes, ma'am. On the monitor, please. Look at that text message. This might be the text message from what English doctor who developed a smallpox vaccine? Yes, Parkville.
Salk.
Salk.
No, Edward Jenner. Edward Jenner was the correct answer. Next, James Madison remarked that if men were virtuous, there would be no need of what institution that Lincoln said was of the people, by the people, and for the people? Parkville.
Government.
Yes, sir.
Government.
Here's a choice. What type of electronic bonding is found in potassium iodide? Covalent, polar covalent, or ionic? Edgewood.
Ionic.
Ionic it is, yes. A collector recently spent over $13 million for one of the Marilyn Monroe paintings by what modern American? Urbana.
Warhol.
Andy Warhol, yes. On your monitor, dating from the Middle Ages, these ruins can be seen not far from the ancient city of Samarkand in what Central Asian country whose capital? Yes, Urbana.
Afghanistan.
No, Uzbekistan was the correct answer. Next, according to Shakespeare's Julius Caesar, what sort of person dies many times before his death? The correct answer to that was a coward. The buzzer has rung. Our game is over. We will be right back. And welcome back. One of the closest games we've had in a long time. Testament to the skills of all of our players. All 9 of you were proud of what you did today. Our congratulations first go to Edgewood High School with 270 points. Gerard and John and Amanda, thank you for being here today. Next with 495 points. What a tremendous performance from Parkville, Andrew and Philippe and Junpei. And with 505 points, headed toward a playoff match later this year, Urbana High School. Tom and Cindy and Zahir, congratulations. We'll see you later in the season. Next week, tune in for another edition of It's Academic with Arundel, Kenwood, and Loyola Blakefield. I'm Dave Zahren. Thanks for joining us today, audience. Come on down.